All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome again. So, in the spirit of Halloween, I decided to do a jack-o'-lantern. Then I remembered, I was like, hey, wait, over on Instagram, Iwata is running a giveaway right now, and they're giving away an airbrush and a paint set and something else I forget. But you could go see for yourself. Right under this video in the description, I put a link to their Instagram for the details on this giveaway. Again, you don't have to paint this, what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to spread the joy, the Halloween joy, and get everybody involved in more submissions for their giveaway. What's up, James? What's up, Dennis? What's up? So yeah, anyway, go check that out. Go submit your entry, and if you don't have anything to submit and if you just want a cool project to make, you can make yourself one of these and submit that. So yeah, anyway, here we are today. We have our jack-o'-lantern drawing. Again, this drawing is free. Down below in the description, you can go get it, download it, trace it out, print it out, whatever you want to do. What I've done is traced it out on a paper here. I've taken a blade and I've cut it out. We're working on a black canvas today. So I have a black canvas and then I've covered it up, and we have our pumpkin here. So today we're going to be working with an Iwata Eclipse HPCS. We're going to be doing about 30 psi today, and we're going to be working with Createx illustration paints today. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using only the Iwata today. Again, this is an Iwata thing, so we're going to be doing that. So starting off, I'm just going to start off with some white. I was trying to debate if I should start off with white or not, but I believe it's the correct call, is to first white out these areas. So we're going to start off by peeling off the two eyes, the nose, and the teeth area, and we're going to color that in white. And you're going to be like, white? Why? There's reason to my madness. We want this white instead of black. So we're just going to pour a little bit of white in here. Right, just a little bit. We're just going to cover those areas in. Let me first peel this off. Not get ahead of myself. Again, we want to save these little pieces because we're probably going to end up putting them back in. Here, don't lose that. Also, for today's exercise, it might help to have a little bit of tape, right? Some masking tape, just some good old masking tape, and then along with some masking tape, it's probably good to have like a French curve set or a flame set. Again, if you're looking for a good quality flame stencil set, if you go down to this, see this little link right here, mikesbrush.com. I sell a set that gets shipped to your house, and we've had free shipping for anybody in the US for a while now. If you're not in the US, I don't know how much shipping is, but I hope it's not too expensive depending on where you are. It doesn't weigh very much, and it's basically an envelope, but I know some areas, some countries, it can be kind of weird. So I can't make no guarantees if you're not in the U.S. In the U.S., though, we have this great thing called the post office. The postal service works amazing. 100% success rate so far on deliveries. Sometimes it's slow, but it gets there. So again, we're just going to take our jack-o'-lantern teeth eyes and nose out. You want to save these pieces because we are more than likely going to end up pasting them back on at some point to re-outline our mouth area. But for now, you can just take those out. You can fill that in with white. And this is just illustration white out of the bottle, no reducer, 30 psi. And we just want to fill in those areas. You don't got to go heavy with it. You just kind of lay a little light coat. And if we have to do a couple coats, that's fine, but you want to let them dry. You don't want to just sog up the paint up on your canvas. So give it one little quick coat. Illustration opaque white. Right, let that dry for a sec. You can even blow the air. You know, say I'm blowing air but no paint. And let it dry a little bit. So yeah, hopefully this project helps you out this year. You know, it's kind of a tricky year for Halloween. And if you just want to spread a little Halloween cheer. You just want to have yourself a cool Halloween jack-o'-lantern that you don't have to recarve every year. You could just make yourself a new one. You could have the old ones still. Just bust them out every Halloween as Halloween decorations. Bam, here you go. Or maybe you just like jack-o'-lanterns and you want to just have one all the time, always on display. Boom. So yeah. And just giving it some air, letting it dry a little bit. And we are gonna start. Good, man, that compressor should do you pretty good. Cool, so now that we have that in, I'm just going to rinse off this white. And we're going to start off with some orange. Because our pumpkin is orange. Orange we're using today is illustration opaque orange. And so the reason I picked a black canvas, or what I chose to do this on a black canvas, A, we're using opaque colors, and B, when we do our fire, right after we're done with the pumpkin, we're going to add some fire to it. It'll give it a more dramatic effect on the black. So again, I just poured some orange in here. Still no reducer, nothing like that. And I'm going to go ahead and peel the next piece using this other blade. And we're going to start off with this outer edges here. I can find a place. Really stuck on there is all. Okay, I'll just try over here. Sorry, Mr. Paper. It's just really stuck. I should really just start pre-cutting this and then putting it back together. So how we do with this. But I like having it already cut on the surface. It's just nice. This paper's pretty thick, so. Gotta cut everything twice as all. We're going to take that outer edge off. Again, save all your pieces because you might have to use it again. Cool. Again, using our orange. We're gonna start with some orange around the sides. We're gonna start with some orange around the sides over here. Just getting new stuff in the shop. So I'm gonna go all around the sides of this outer edge. I'm gonna leave this inner edge alone, but I'm gonna go all around the outer edge there and kind of start building up my orange. And I'm gonna use little like strokes, you know, just kind of stroke it in like this, going up and down, all around, up and down and all around, boy. And just kind of start from one edge and kind of build it into the other edge. And even though it's opaque, it's going to take a couple passes to really make it orange. But we're not really worried too much about this outer edge. If it's a little bit dull, it's going to be all right. It's going to be quite all right, man. So just leave all that like that. Take that little edge. So now we kind of have our pumpkin texture on that, and we're going to have a nice little crease there at the end. We're just going to come off the top and kind of lightly hit it down. If you get orange in here, it's quite fine, don't worry about it. Alright, same thing on the other side. And stroke it in, stroke it good, stroke it hard. Make sure it feels good. I couldn't even keep a straight face. I tried to keep a straight face. I would suck at poker. Let's get all that outer edge there. Bam! Bam! Son, where'd you find this? Boom, bing bam boom, and we can take off these little pieces right up in here up at the top. Like those little tiny bits. So. Oh, what up, Justice? How's it going? I thought it was just James, that whole thing. Jesus, what up, man? How's it going? Alright, so we're just gonna hit these little edges right there. Alright, bam. Make sure you kind of hit this upper edge too. Just get it all nice and orange up there. Maybe hit your edge one more time. Make sure it's orange. Make sure it's orange. Orange. All the orange. Okay? Orange. And then we have our flats. So I'm going to just start pulling this first one down. And these are really just markers to show you where to guide your strikes, right? Where your strokes should be and how you should stroke it. You know, these are good guides for stroking it. They tell you what angle to Just stroke it out. Just gonna mark and then hit the edge really good on these. Alright, and then the next one. And the next one. Oh, what's up, Easy Airbrush? How's it going? You're finally able to get in on the live stream. Oh, what's up? Very much appreciated, sir. Alright, again, same thing here on this tooth. Just gonna bring it in. That's the side. Again, if you get orange in this white, it's totally fine. Don't even worry about it, because we're gonna make all that we're gonna kind of fade in some orange and yellows in their area soon anyway. I'm telling you. Golden. Make sure you start from the outer edge here. I almost made the mistake of just pulling this one off. Start from the outer edge. Peel that one. Go to the next one. And like I said, these are just good markers on which way we're going to mark our strokes. Take this off. We could try to take it off. There you go. Bam. Bam, son. Where'd you find this? Right now we're gonna stroke it in with the orange. Right, just follow your your guide there. Bring it all the way down to connect to the other one. And we kind of want to leave this black edge here. We want to leave that. I want to make it look like the pumpkin has that indentation there. And just worry about stroking in these edges for now, and then we're going to come back and focus on the teeth and the nose and stuff. See the center one? We're just going to come off the very middle there and just bring our strokes all the way down. And if you want to give it some character, maybe you want to give it some squiggly strokes. Maybe want to put some brighter ones in there. It's totally fine. We're going to come back in with some yellow, and we're going to highlight kind of some of these areas here. So if you want to give yourself a good base for building that up, it's all good. You see I'm kind of just building it up off the teeth, come down off the eye. Same thing on the other side. Worry about stroking it in. Just go all the way around. So really you need what? Red, orange, yellow, black and white is what you're going to need for this entire exercise. Opaque red, orange and yellow will be fine. If that's what you have, that's what I'm going to use to make the flames and stuff. If you have candies, you could obviously use the candies to make the flames. You could follow my tutorial video if you've seen that before on how to make fire. You can use that whole thing. That's kind of what I'm going to go through. I'm just going to go through it using opaque paint. And I'm still just kind of focused on stroking it in. Giving it all texture. Bam. Cool. So we're just gonna flush this out. You guys missed these live streams? Nice, we're gonna start doing them again every Thursday now. Steady schedule with the videos kind of coming in between. If you guys, obviously if you've been on the Discord and you're a member of the Skull Squad, you know what's coming on the videos. It's big. It's big. So it's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna use illustration of opaque yellow for the highlights on the pumpkin. And again, just gonna come in off the edge a little bit, and you just want to slightly hit them in. If you're really good at getting in close, you can really start building in your highlights in there and giving it some really good texture. It's kind of what I'm going to do. But again, it's all on your own personal skill. If you want to stroke it in, stroke it good. I recommend it. Highly recommends, son. Highly recommend it. So yeah, again, just kind of go around if you want to feel like you want to build it up. Make it look like veins or something. Start giving your jack-o'-lantern some character, you know. But if you also just want to follow your strokes, that's a good way to go about it. Again, you see I didn't put no reducer in. Working over the black like this, I feel like I want the highlights and the yellow to be like ultimate coverage right away. I don't want to have to work at a highlight, so not reducing it and stuff will give us the most dramatic effect we're working with. See, we're just working our way around. You can kind of see where I just giving him a little bit of character here. You can see his angle of his eyes. You could bring around his brow kind of effect here. Kind of build that up, and then it could look like the brow is kind of coming around. Same thing on this side. How we're going to give him character, how we're going to give him shape. And depending on how you want to make him look, if you want to make him look like a happy pumpkin or something, you could go about it a different way. Maybe not give him such an angle. Maybe make him look silly, even sillier eyes, something like that. And the reason we're putting in such a bright yellow is we're going to put the fire in. So once we put the fire in, it's what's up with the sponsor? Pretty dope. So yeah, I guess you're talking about the Super Clean. Super Clean, kind of, I don't even know. Like they just reached out. Really, they sent an email over and they're like, hey, rinsing out your bottle. You know, what do you got in there? Blah blah blah. And yeah, they were like, try out our product. It really works pretty good for cleaning up paint, rinsing out, and so far it's been pretty good. So far, I mean, I have no complaints. of course, our other beautiful sponsor, Createx. You can see their beautiful logo right here. They also send us paint from time to time. So, yeah, we love our sponsors around here, especially when they just like say whatever you want, we don't care. You know, we just want you to try our products. But you know, obviously, I don't think they would say that if they knew they were sending over junk. And with Super Clean and with Createx, I mean, they're both good products. I've been using Createx for a long time, obviously, a really long time. I've used Mr. Super Clean in the past. It's kind of like comparable to Purple Power. It's just, I think it's stronger than Purple Power, I think a little bit. But, I mean, I think they're pretty comparable. So that's what we're going to be using them around here. I've already used it to clean up a few oil stains and stuff like that, like not even having nothing to do with paint, but you know, it was like, oh, I got this stuff, let's try it out. And yeah, I was like, wow, that worked really good. Yo, for cleaning off like metals, we got like oily metal and stuff like that, like with a bunch of grease or some stuff that's caked on it, you know. Oof. Boy. I also used it for cleaning off plastic already too on the project that's coming up. I used it to clean off and degrease all the plastic before I did any kind of paint work on it. It's already coming in pretty handy besides just Super Clean, yeah, they sell it at Walmart. I didn't like that's where I've never seen it, but I think they're making a really big push. I think they got into AutoZone or something, so they're trying to make like a good marketing push. I don't know. All I know is it works pretty good. It does what it says. So far, I haven't had no problems. That's all I know. Beyond that, I don't know. I can't say if it's gonna work for your specific situation. I can't guarantee that because I don't know what you're dealing with. But so far, what I've used it for, it's been like, yeah, it just works pretty good. I also took out a paint stain out of one of my shirts too, using it. I don't know if it's intended to be used that way, but again, I was just like, oh, let me try that stuff. And yeah, it works pretty good. If you get a paint stain on your shirt, like, you know, and it's a nice shirt and you don't want it to be, so you just went and sprayed some of that stuff and then washed it and it came right out. It didn't stain the shirt, and I was just like, wow, alright, that's pretty good. So there you go. As you can see, we kind of have our jack-o'-lantern kind of textured in, filled in. We're going to go back in with the yellow, and we're going to kind of give him a highlight all around his mouth. And it's okay if it muddies up the outline or the texture that you kind of did. You kind of want it to fade in like that, because once we add in the fire and stuff, it's really going to give it a good effect. Especially, see these little lines? I'm not even worried about them, because they're gonna it's all gonna kind of work in at the end. Right, so just gonna kind of go around these. Bam. Good. We're gonna peel off our stem, our final piece. Final piece of the puzzle. It must be taken out. There's actually two pieces to this. I'll take out the stem part. Alright, and then we're just gonna coming off the top. Bam. Same thing on the other side. Bam. Nothing but yellow on this one. No orange. Just yellow to black. Then we could take off the last piece here. Boom. Boom. And put that in that glass. Bam, son, where'd you find this? A little bit of texture, you know, just do little dots, a little spotting around it. Just make it look like it's cut off right there. Hit that edge really good with the yellow. And there you go. We got our jack-o'-lantern pretty much in there. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of black, and I'm just going to kind of, maybe do I even need to do that? Yeah, I think we should, especially like down here in some of these areas. I just want to cut in with a little bit of black, a little bit of more texture, just to really refine it out, and really make it look good. So then just rinsing out. Illustration, opaque black. See, like that thing rinsed out, dude. There's like it's like completely clean in there. I don't know. It cleans really good. So just take a little bit of opaque black. I'm just gonna need a tad bit just to make some little definition lines in here. Right? Make sure it flows through. Come back in here. I'm just gonna add a little bit of more of that texture, a little more crosshatch kind of thing going on. Really making this pumpkin look kind of battered or shredded, and really adding the definitions to that yellow that we just did. So. Right, if we were just making a yellow pumpkin regular, I wouldn't even need to make a video. We're making a dope pumpkin, man. Right, if it was just a cartoon school pumpkin, there'd be no need for a video. If you want to make yourself a dope pumpkin, here we go. Right, we're gonna add in that little texture around. Do the same thing here. There's your chance to really kind of add the definition for the brow. Accentuate it a little more. Bam, look at that. Look at that. Same thing on the other side, kind of just just build up your texture, your brow, your shape. Obviously you want it to have that heavy, kind of crazy looking brow. I know I just said it's not a cartoon, but cartoony style. It's cartoony but not, bro. You know what I mean. It's like when the universes collide. Like a Rick and Morty episode, you know what I'm saying? See that? Bam, son. Bam! Okay, and again, if you have trouble with these lines, I just made a nice video on how to practice your lines and get them nice and fine and thin. But really the magic is just don't be afraid of getting close. Don't be afraid to work fast and pull back on that trigger just ever so slightly, just barely gentle. Just, you gotta stroke it, just barely stroke. And then it feels good and you just keep doing it right there until it is finished. gentle with it. That's all you gotta do. See that? Just bring it around. Sweet. Now and only now, we are going to need the teeth back. First, to start with the teeth. Remember I said don't throw these away? Here's the time not to throw it away. So in order to get these teeth nice and defined in there, right, we're not going to hit it all the way around, but maybe like around where this indentation is right here. It's going to kind of bring in some strokes coming off of that. Maybe over here on the edge as well. Just a little bit. Down here in this edge, look at that. Just bring some strokes down, give it a little bit of shading. Just live life on the edge. And stroke it from the edge. Be careful. I can't even, bro. But yeah, just strokes coming off the edge. That's legitimately what I'm supposed to say right here. Make sure you line it up good. If you want to use a couple pieces of tape to really stick that back on, that's kind of why I said you'll need some tape. I'm being my usual stubborn self and not taking my own advice. But it worked out in the end. We have the teeth kind of marked in and looking good. No big deal. Next we'll do the nose. One of these is the nose. Let's go this way right here. And we're probably only going to mark this off the bottom. Right, so we're going to do some strokes coming in here. Bam. Just leave the top alone. Do the other eyes. The eyes are the opposite. You want to do the top. Right. Kind of come off the top, going this way. Bam. Let that fall off. Do the other eye. Boom. Bing bam boom. Bam, son. There we have our jack-o'-lantern. But before we wrap her up, I'm gonna use some white to white highlights, and also we're gonna use the white to continue on. So I'm gonna rinse out the black. Alright. Part of the reason this works amazing is because the little spray bottle right here, it like shoots a really good jet stream, son. It's like with force. It forces that, like it. It's super clean. That's the name of the product, super clean. Bro, it's like super clean in there. It's like smooth. I don't know. It's crazy. I did not mean to say that, it just kind of came out. What is up, Eric Todd? How's it going, man? welcome. Alright, so I'm just going to take some opaque white. We don't need a whole lot of it, so. Illustration opaque white. Alright, we're going to take our face here. We're going to start with the eyes and the nose. And depending on what effect you want, you could either put in some eyes, if you want to. I just kind of wide out kind of the middle. I just kind of want that middle to be nice and bright. That's all I want. I'm not asking for too much. I just want the middle to be nice and bright. Oh my gosh, today is just one of those days. Anyway, yeah, get this all in place right here. And just gonna kind of quickly, a little bit of white. Bam! Now it looks like it's glowing in there. Sick. And then last but not least, just gonna give it a little bit of white highlights here. Just a little bit, not too much. And really only over the top kind of areas. You don't need to highlight anything at the bottom. Now, if you really wanted to, you could really get really specific with the lighting and where it's coming from and where you want it to go and stuff. And I might come back at the very end and do some outlines and maybe some more white highlights and stuff. But now, I believe it'll be alright. Just like so. Yeah, it's all your own skill level. I'm just bringing in highlights coming in off the mouth right to the sides here. Not too much. There you go. And now we can take our whole stencil off and see what we're left off with. Use the mask, it's good for you. Yes, masks are proven to work. Alright, so there we have our pumpkin. And it looks like an illustration in a book or something. Get a little bit of that blue residue off of there. Right, so now we have this basic thing. I want to add some fire, looking like it's coming out of the eyes, the mouth and stuff, and kind of surrounding it. Right, so we're going to do this using opaque red, opaque orange, opaque yellow, and maybe some white. So starting with some opaque red, I'm going to flush out this white real quick. Have you painted your real pumpkin yet? No, this is my pumpkin. We didn't even go pumpkin picking this year. We usually go pumpkin picking every year, but this year we haven't even gone, my guy. It's been kind of a sad year. It's been weird. Starting with a little opaque red. And we're going to quickly go through the flame process here using 3 colors, 3 layers, 3-layer flames. It ain't going to look as good as like a candy flames like the ones, but it's still going to look pretty good. Again, I'm just kind of go in with the red and kind of put it in my outline of where I want my flames to be. Right, I want them to be in that area. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera there. I'm like all the glare right now. Anyway, I've just kind of freehanded in an area, and I want to try to keep my flames inside that area, right? So I'm going to just try to be careful not to go beyond that. So again, this is where we bring our little flame set in. And using the red, I'm going to first come on off the eyes. And we're going to go in up off the eyes a little bit. Bring one flame in. Maybe one off the mouth over here. Right, and then we're going to kind of coming off the back towards that. And just like I've said before, when you're using one of these, it's not important to just hit the edge. you want to kind of drag the flame off the edge. So when you lay it here, you pull that flame that way. You hit that edge and you bring that shade off that way. And you come back and add some freehand around it. But for the most part, you know, you kind of want to make sure you get your edges with the red. It's more important to kind of get your edges in and stuff. And then maybe we'll get one little tiny one coming off of the nose. So like I said, this is all based on just wanting to spread a little Halloween joy with you guys. And also Iwata is running a giveaway over on their Instagram page, and you guys need to go enter. So if you don't have a scary painting to enter into the drawing, this is a good way to either you could create yourself a cool looking jack-o'-lantern or just something scary using the same process that we're using for this video. Make yourself something kind of cool and special and submit it over on Instagram. Again, the link is down below in the description of the video. Make sure you go and check them out. Kind of going around, and you see that same outline I did earlier. It's just kind of what I'm using to go around and build that up. So like I explained before too, the reason we do that outline and then we try to build up the meat of the flame, so we try to build up the center part, right? We're not trying to kind of go off on these random areas. We kind of want to build up our flow of paint, and a flow of flames inside that area. Again, it goes from a bigger area to smaller area, and we want to kind of get on our little, you know, flow of where our flames are going. And using opaque paint makes it kind of quite easy. Really. So bam, there you go. Bing bam boom, there you go. Alright. Do I wanna? No, don't wanna. So next we're gonna use some orange. And I believe we have Createx illustration red orange. Yeah, illustration red orange, which we're going to use to accent now the red. And this is just a more vibrant orange. It's not as, you know, it's not as bright as this one. It's kind of more, you know, toned. It's more of a flamey color, honestly. It's pretty good. And using our same little flame kit here, we're going to just kind of come in, accent the red. It's already made here. Build up again, just building up the meat, the bright spots. You don't want to kind of go around and just go off wildly. You want to just kind of keep it in there. So, put a little shading in there, that's fine. The red orange is a pretty nice color to accent a good tone for where flame is like kind of, you know, reflecting the light. So, pretty good color here, I like it. I like it. I dig it. So we have the whole area kind of colored in. Same thing on this side. Kind of bringing some of that orange around. Same thing on the nose. And we're just going to have one little wick in there. Bring this around. Working my way around town. Simple. And just keeping it pumping, keeping it moving. There's some more orange in there. That looks pretty good. Again, I'm just using that red-orange to kind of tone in a lot of the flame color from inside the jack-o'-lantern. Right, so his eyes and his mouth and kind of some of the lighting going on around here. So now I'm going to use some regular orange, illustration opaque orange. Just carefully, just building up the flame. At this point, we want to be more precise with what we're doing. You don't want to just kind of throw it in there. You want to be a little bit more precise each layer. Especially once you get to the bright layers like this, you want to make sure you kind of keep your flames in the areas where they're supposed to be. Not just kind of wandering off. Perfect. And the good thing about doing flames like this with opaque is you can actually see where you're building your flame in real time. So unlike when you're doing it with layered, with transparent, or with candies, where you're doing the white and then you're kind of guesstimating as to where your highlights are going to be and where the colors are going to blend. And you could get quite good at it. I'm not going to say you're not, but this is a little bit more obvious to tell, where your highlights are going to be, where your bright spots are going to come, and you can build them up that way. As well as there's no color bleed, you don't have to lay any bleed checker in between coats of illustration paint. And I've seen people too, also, again, Facebook groups and stuff, talking about you need a reducer to spray Createx, and you can see this whole project, again, this is aimed at beginners and stuff, so keeping it simple. There's no reduction going on here. It's all just Createx illustration paint straight out of the bottle, 30 psi, and we're just working it. And I try to tell people all the time, it's better to get good, in general, get good with your airbrush before you start dabbling into reduction and trying to worry too much about that, when it's quite possible to spray paint without worrying about reducing it and stuff. It's always best to get good with the basic first. Of course, I'm the guy that painted shirts for 15 years without there was no reducer. This is a new thing to me, Createx reducer. If it existed, it was hidden away from me in areas not on the shelves in the store. That's all I know. That's all I know. So how did we spray it back then, huh? I'm OG, man. OG. Cool. Right on. So last but not least, we're gonna flush this out, and we're gonna use our. We have actually chrome yellow here that we want to use. And then I just can't wait to actually start getting back into these canvases for myself. I mean, nothing against painting for you guys, you know. I love it seeing new artists grow. I love seeing new people learning and catching on to the artwork. But man, am I just ready to just paint some stuff. And just not for somebody, not for a commission, not nothing, just like me. This is what I want to paint. This is what I want to see. So again, we're going to take some chrome yellow and we're going to do the highlights on the flames. And I think out of all the Createx paints, the illustration line I like the best. It sprays good. That's all I got. It sprays good. It doesn't leave me going, oh man, I wish. No, it's like it sprays good. The coverage is good. Look at that yellow on there. It's like, wow. Right, so I'm just going to go around, building up the flames. More precise on where I want to build up these little fires, you know, kind of going around. And you got to make it look good for the gram, man. Make it look good for the gram. You know, you got to do it for the vine. That's what the kids are all about nowadays, right? Making it look cool for the gram. Doing some freehand work around it. The good thing about fire is that there's really no map for fire, right? Fire is random. I've seen fire do lots of random stuff. And it reacts differently depending on what you're burning, you know, what's going on. If there's wind, if there's not wind, how much oxygen it's getting. So there's really no map for fire. You really do it how you wanna. But again, if you have a reference, it helps. Otherwise, just kind of use your imagination and make one little happy fire flame after another happy fire flame until you come into your happy little jack-o'-lantern that's kind of on fire. Now, the only thing that I'm not happy with here is the illustration of Pack Red. I don't know if you guys could see that on the film or not, but it doesn't show up all that well. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of blood red candy here. If I can find it. Where is it? That's not it. One of these. What did I do with it? There it is. So I am going to use a little bit of candy here at the end, and I'm just going to kind of go around the edges of my flames and kind of around the edge of all this, and I'm going to throw some blood red candy on it. Rinse out my previous yellow. Make sure, yeah, I'm good on the yellow. And this will give the red the nice dramatic effect at the very end over the flames. Now it doesn't look like horrible or anything. It actually looks pretty good. I want my red to be red, you know, like red. So take some blood red candy. Because what's redder than blood? Nothing. So I'm just going to kind of go in. Blood red candy. All along the edges here. I'm not trying to cover the complete flame with it. I'm just trying to kind of go over the red bits and the edge there. Now the colors look like they're playing with the light. It's kind of looking real nice there. That looks pretty good. And there you go. Flaming jack-o'-lantern. Ready for a kid's storybook illustration. Look at that. Trying to avoid the big thing. There you go. I'll just show it at you at an angle. I put it like this. Look at that. That's not good. There you go, like this. So there you go. Hopefully you guys liked today's stream. You know, get you guys in the Halloween spirit. Also, again, go down below, check out the link to the giveaway that Iwata has going on. Go and get your entry all done up so that you guys could, you know, maybe win yourself a nice airbrush. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this quick little exercise today. As always, thank you for watching. If you like this video and would like to see more videos like this and would like to support the channel, clicking join down below the video will give you a few ways that you can help support us. And you also get access to the chat. advanced access to the videos and some other cool perks that you could go and check out. So it all helps bring you guys more videos like this more often, better quality, better looking, just better me talking, all of that. Also, down below the video, if you have airbrush questions and stuff, not only can you drop a comment, but down in the description there's also a link to the Discord, so you guys could go and get up on the Discord. You'll see Easy Airbrush, you'll see Justice, you'll see Dennis, you'll see James. We all up on there commenting and just spreading information, so when you come in there with a question, we all try to chip in and help out, and it's actually the best way to have a good community, because the YouTube comments, as we all know, can sometimes be a little bit cancerous. And yeah, I'm kind of just done with the YouTube comments. But on Discord, I know you're a little bit more serious, you're ready to take it on. So yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Big shout out to Createx again for providing the paint for today's video. Big shout out to Super Clean for sending over their products for us to be able to flush out and clean up this mess when we're done. And big shout out to all you guys watching today and helping support the videos, helping support the channel. As always, have yourself a good night, and we will see you guys next Thursday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I don't know what we're painting yet, but we'll be back then. Have a good night, everybody. Later.